So investment can be measured, or what determines an investment is what? Risk and expected return on the investment. So now, I've told us that to measure your risk now, you use what? Standard deviation. Because you have to know the risk attached to an investment so that you make the proper decision. Because the reason why you want to know the risk and the return on each of the investment that you want to invest in is to take the right decision. So let's look at it now. Let's go to risk first. So risk can be measured using what? Can be measured using what? Standard deviation. So you use standard deviation to measure what? Risk. So what is the formula for standard deviation? What is the formula for standard deviation? So the formula for standard deviation is as follows. The square root of summation P R bar minus square root of summation P bracket R minus R was bar. That is the formula for measuring standard deviation. But look at this now. That means if you are given a set of data, you have to determine your variance before calculating your standard deviation. So how do you measure variance? Are we together? Your standard deviation is the cube root of what? Of variance. Am I communicating? Look at it now. This is your variance. What is there in variance? God. This is variance. Are we together? So it means that the formula for variance.
Mr. Benjamin, you are distracting us.
So it means that the formula for variance is what? Summation P bracket R minus R bar. So now let's look at it now. So let's look at the parameters in it now. Let's look at the parameter in it now. What is our P? What's the meaning of the P? This is the don't let me write it now. Variance. So the variance is summation P bracket what? R minus R. Now, I'm with you.
Hello, sir. You are far from the mic, please.
Okay, no problem.
Excuse me, sir.
I'm with you, ma'am.
I think the R minus R bar square.
As what?
For the formula.
The formula.
There should be square there.
Okay.
There.
Yeah, you are right.
Summation P into bracket R.
You are right. Thank you, ma'am, for the.
That's what.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the. Thank you. So, this is your variance. So, this is your standard deviation and this is your variance. Am I communicating? But there's no how you solve if you are given a pair or a set of data. You will first get your variance before getting your standard. So your standard deviation, that's when you square root your standard deviation. So let's now look at it now. What is P now? P is your probability distribution. P is your probability distribution, and R is the amount of return. Am I communicating now? Amount of return, and R bar is your expected value, or you call it expected average return on investments. Am I communicating now? So now let's now look at this data. R is your expected average expected return. Average, that's alpha. Alpha is average expected return, or you call it expected value of return. R is the amount of return. Are we together now? So let's use this pair of information now to solve for our standard deviation. So we already know the formula. So let's now pick a data. So let's say you are giving a data. So we are giving a data as follows. Probability is 0.2, is 0.3, 0.5. Sorry, don't let me. Your P is probability distribution. I have 5, I have 2. So return now. We have 2, 6, and 8. Am I communicating? Now, you are giving this information now about a particular investment. Let's say an investment can be shares or any investment now. Now, that investment has a probability distribution of, look at it, is 0.2, 0.5, and is it should be 3. Is 0.3. Now, you know probability, if you had all the probability distribution together, it will give you what? 1. So sometimes they may give you an exam question where they will not give you the whole probability distribution. So you should know that you can find it, assuming this one is missing now. You can say 1 equals to 0. 0.2 plus 0.5 equals, make that one x, and you can, do you get what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. That if this is not given now, you can still look for these 3. Just make it what? 1 equals to what? 0.2 plus 0.5. So you make this one what? X. Assuming you don't know it. So it will be 1 equals to what? 0.7 plus x. So 1 minus what? 0.7. X is now equals to what? 0.3. So that's what I'm trying to say. Now, what are we looking for? We are looking for our standard deviation, right? Now, how do we calculate our standard deviation? Now, look at it now. The first thing you have to look for when you are giving a distribution like this is to look for your expected value. Am I communicating now? The expected value, that means average expected value. And that's your what? R what? Bar, right? So how do we look for our R bar? So to calculate our expected value now, which is R bar.
Someone has already sent a message to her that is on screen.
But you can see the board. It's because we didn't prepare. So now I told us that the R bar is expected. That is called a expected value. Expected value. Now, how do you now determine the expected value? That's the question that we should ask now. How do we determine the expected value? So the expected value will be what? Probability times what? Times return. Probability times what? Times return. Well, let's do it one after the other and we'll solve it together. Are we together? So 0.2 times 2 will give us what? 0.2 times 2 will give us what? 0.4. So let me just put it here like P times what? Times R. Now, 0.5 times 6 is what?
3.
That is 3. 0.3. 0.3 times 8 is what?
2.0.
Eh? 2.4. So let's add it together. So what do you have? What do you have? 5.8. Now, don't forget the formula. What are we looking for? We are looking for standard deviation. So let me just write the formula like this again. Standard deviation is the square root of summation p bracket r minus r bar raised to power 2. Am I communicating now? So now let's now go to this formula now. So let's look for these two, r minus r bar, r minus r bar. Am I communicating now? Now look at the first. What's your r here now? 2. What's your r bar? 5.8. Yes, this is your r bar. Let me just write it there. This is your r bar. That means your expected value. Now look at it now. So 2 minus what? 5.2 will give us what? Minus 3.8. Now 6. Let's go to the next one. 6 minus 5.8. I'm following the formula. Is what? Is 0. 8 minus what? Minus 5.8 will give us what? 2.2. So, can you see now? Now, you know they have sorted this now. Are we together? We have sorted this. Don't forget that there is what? There is square. Do we put square there? So let's add square to it now.
Hello?
I'm with you, ma'am.
Hello, sir?
I'm with you, ma'am.
Okay, in that 6, it's not the R minus the R. I think we are getting 6 minus, not 3.0. That's on the board. Now we're getting 0.2.
Which one, ma'am? Which one?
That's R minus R bar.
Second one.
The second one.
Yes, it's root 3.
It's supposed to be what?
It's
3.0.
not 6 minus.
That's what you guys said now. You say 0.2.
2.0.
6 minus
5.8.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
No.
Don't worry. Now let's continue now. You know, don't forget what the formula we are looking at. The standard deviation. So we have looked at r minus r bar. So let's put square root now. What's our r minus r bar now? In the first instance now, in the first is what? Minus 3.8. So if you now put the square, it will now be minus 3.8 times minus 3.8. So it will give us what? That will give us 14.44. Are we together now? Now, 0.2 raised to power 2. 0.04. Now, 2.2 raised to power 2. 4.84. So look at it now. What's there now? We have P. Have we added P to it? Now let's now add P to it now. We have P bracket R minus R bar raised to power 2. I'm with you. I'm with you, ma'am.
So I'm asking of the minus. That minus is minus 3.8.
Okay, ma'am. Minus times minus is what? You know, this is what you are doing. Square root square means 3.8 raised to power 2 minus 3.8 raised to power 2. It means minus 3.8 times minus 3.8 So minus times minus will give you plus. So let's continue now. So let's put P now. You know we have gotten our R minus R bar raised to power 2. Now let's add P. P means we now, it means 14.44 times what? What's our P? 0.2. That will give us what? 2.888. Okay, it's still the same. 0.5 times 0.04. Don't forget we are following this. What would that give us? 0.020. Now, 0.3 times 4.84 will give us what? 1.45 what? 2. Now, have you gotten our standard deviation? No. You know, I told us when you are calculating, especially when you are using pairs of data, when you are giving a pairs of data, what you come across first is what? Is variance. After you have gotten the variance, you now what? You now look for the square root of variance. Am I communicating? So the square root of variance is what? Standard deviation. But don't forget. Now, what is the meaning of this sign? Summation. That means you have to add these three to what? Together. Can you see now? So let's go get the summation now. So summation P bracket 1 R minus R bar raised to power 2 is equals to. So let's add these three together. 4.36. Okay. Now let me just put this now. Now who can tell me what this is? This 4.36 now is variance. Am I communicating now? Is variance. Now that means when you multiply your standard deviation by 2, like when you raise it raise to power 2, it will give you what? Variance. Do you get what I'm saying now? Are we together now? That means look at this now. Look at this. Look at this one. That means if your variance is 4, if your variance is 4, there is approximation. If you say it's 4.65 something, if you say it's 4.36, it's still correct. So don't let us bother ourselves about that. So let's now assume now, I'm just making an illustration because you know why I'm explaining all this is that in your exam, you may be given some question that has to do with standard, especially when we are solving question on portfolio. They may give you question and give you information. In that question they have given you now, what they may give you variance. So it's not left for you to convert it to standard deviation. And you may not understand what I'm saying now, but when we get to portfolio, you will understand it better. Don't worry. Now, let's say 4 is, let's assume that 4 is what? Is variance. Are we together? It means that this 4 now, that means if you want to get standard deviation now, it means that the square root of what? Of 4, which is what? 2. That means your standard deviation is what? Is 2. So in other words, if you want to get this 4 now, you can say 2 raised to power what? 2. It will give you what? 4. It will give you variance. Are you getting it now? Are you getting it? When you square your standard deviation, you get what? Variance. And when you find the square root of variance, you get what? Standard deviation. Do you get what I just explained? So we are gotten our what? Please, this is the symbol for standard deviation. Let me say over. So it means that to get our standard deviation now. So let me just use. It will be what? The square root of 4.36. What is the square root of 4.36? That's what? That's 2.09.
2.088.
Yes, 2.088. You are correct, man. So that means what is the risk of this investment that we are giving now? It means the risk is what? 2.09. Can you see now? That's how to measure risk. Am I communicating? So they will give you data. It's not data that you now use to what? To calculate the risk involved. And you know, in betting, I'm close to I know some few guys that do all this betting. You know the risk in betting, what they call it? They call it odd. They call it odd. The higher the odd, the higher the what? The return. I'm just making it, I'm not saying you can't do betting. I'm just making it so that you can understand what I'm saying. If Chelsea now is playing Leeds City, for Leeds City to beat Chelsea, the odd, the risk involved is going to be more higher. So when you put money on Leeds, what happened? And Leeds won the match, what happened? You get more money than putting it on what? The same money putting it on what? On Chelsea. That's it. That's one of the reasons. I'm just giving example though. I'm not saying I'm just giving a practical so that you can understand what I'm saying by investment. That's the reason why investors want to know the risks involved in an investment and the return on the investment before putting their money. Are you getting? Now, if there's an investment, they call it government bond. In government bond, the risk is very low. There is no how you put money there, you will get your money back. You can't lose your money. But the return on it is very low. You can put 100 million and for 1 year, and what you will get may not be more than what's it called? 3 million. Are you getting what I'm saying now? I'm just giving an example. Like government bond. Sometimes it even refers to as risk-free investment. Because you will surely get your money. I know of some cooperative that put their money on buying government bond, and within 6 months they will get their money, but what they will get as interest will be very small. Like putting your money in shares of company, where the shares can fluctuate. It can go down, it can come up. You can lose the value. You can put 1 million, and if the value of that share drop, you may get 100,000 back if you sell it. I'm just telling you how volatile Nigeria stock exchange market is. So, but don't let us go there now. So we have talked about standard deviation. And let's now go to return now. We are saying 2 factors determine how an investor will invest, or the choice that an investor will make when investing. We've talked about what? Risk. And we say what you use in measuring risk is what? Standard deviation. Now let's now go to return.
Hello, sir.
I'm with you, ma'am.
Please, if we are to interpret this 2.09, how do we interpret it? Like, maybe.
Now look at it now. Now, to calculate your return now, it means this what we call EV means the value of the investment at the end of what? The period. And BV is the value of the investment at the beginning of the period. Am I communicating? EV is the value of the investment at the end of the period. Am I communicating now? And BV is the value of the investment at the beginning of the period. So EV minus what? BV all over what? BV. You know why they are calculating? They are calculating the value at the beginning. If there is increase in the investment, like if you buy shares now, you buy Dangote shares, and that Dangote shares when you bought it was worth 100 naira. By the end of 2025, the value now is worth let's say it is now 125 naira per share. What has happened? The value has increased. That increase in the value is a return to you. It's part of your return. because when you sell it, what happen? You will get more money. That's why we are comparing the value at the beginning and the value at the end. Plus D. This D mean what? Dividend. You know, if you have an investment or you buy a shares in a company, let me make use of, you buy a shares in a company, and buying the shares in that company, you automatically become the shareholder. You know, without you selling your share and all this thing, you know they will give you dividends on a yearly basis. Or don't let me say yearly basis. There are some companies that doesn't give on a yearly basis, but they will give you dividends. So if they give you dividends for that period in which you are calculating the total return, that dividends is part of what is return, because you are getting the return on your what? On your investment. You know, dividends is what is dividends is the reward for what? For investment. So it's part of it. That's why we added it together. Am I coming? Times what? 100 divided by what? By the value of the investment at the beginning of the period. Am I communicating?
Yes.
Are we together? So let's now look at this question. Let's look at this question. Someone should. Okay, let me pause my video. Just hold on. I'll write the question on the board. For CSME, just go to your material. I say CSME. Strategic financial management. Let me pause the video. Wait. Mr. Ezekiel did not tell me. So what they say we should calculate one. So look at it. The question say for those in strategic financial management class, the question is on page what? 210 of your material. New material, not old, new material that I can release last year. Now, we are asked, they said, look at this question. You what? You bought a stock for what? For 50 naira. That was 50 the road there is mistake. 50 what? Naira. And it's what? 55 naira now. And during the period you receive what? You receive a dividend or at what? 2 naira during that period. Not last year, during that period. The last year we should calculate total what? Total return. 1. Total return. The formula I just state on the board is for total return. So what's the formula? It is EV minus what? BV divided by what? BV plus what? D times what? 100. Are we together?
Yes.
Are we together?
Yes.
Now, this is the formula you use to calculate your total return. So look at it now. The value at the end of the period is how much? 55. Because they said now it's what? 55. So it means 55 minus what's the value at the what? At the beginning? 50. Divided by what? 50 plus what? The dividends received during the period is how much? 2 naira times what? 100. So this minus this will give us what? 5. 55 minus 50 will give us 5. Am I communicating now?
Yes.
Now plus what? 2 divided by what? 50 times 100. What do you have? 14%. Now that means the return you got on that investment is what? Is 14% of the what? Of the investment. Are you together? Is for because we are putting 100. This percentage means that whatever we get is expressed in what? In percentage. Am I completing? It's just like you investing. Are you getting what I'm saying now? You invest. Let's say you invest 100,000 into a particular investment, and you got 10 naira. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Maybe you got 110 back. So what is your return that you got from the investment? It's 10 naira, right? 10. So that means you've gotten what? 10% of the investment of what you have invested. Are we together?
Yes.
Are we together?
No, sir.
Ma?
No, we are not together.
So
The last part, can you please explain again?
I said this is 14%. And I explained that the reason why it's 14% is because there's 100 in the percentage. So it's expressed in what? The return is expressed in what? Is expressed in percentage. Am I communicating now? So that's why we have 14%. So whatever they have invested, they have gotten what? 14% of their investments. Am I communicating? Am I communicating? So let's continue.
I don't know how you got the 14.
You know what? This is how I got the 14. Oh yeah, press your calculator now. Open brackets 55 minus 50. What do you get? What do you get? It's 5 now. Plus 2 divided by what? 50 times what? 100. You get 14%. This is how I got it. Any question? Okay. Now, that is your total return. Can you see? Total what? Return.
The question from the question is about here. And it bought the stock for 150, not 50,000 naira.
Ma, it is a mistake. It is 50. You will see error in ICANN Park. Even the previous one, there are some errors they make. That's why they say no one is what? Is perfect. It's only our God that is what? That is perfect. So ICANN, it was a mistake by them. So it's 50, not 150. So please correct that. Even in their calculation, they put times 2. It's not times, it's plus. It's plus. So let's now continue. Let's go and solve what? 2. 2 is what? Capital what? Gain E. Thank you. So I will wipe off this now, please. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Capital. Now look at it. Did they give us the formula for capital? Have I given you the formula?
No.
But the formula is in what? Is in what? Total return. Look at it. When they say capital gain, what happened? That means that investment. What are the investment? That means the increase in the investment. What you have gotten, not the dividend. What you have gotten, the increase that you have gotten from what? From the investment. Look at it now. Look at it. You remember? I know some of us we have done what capital gain tax, right? You know when you are calculating capital gain, what is that? You compare the amount that you have bought the asset, right? And how much you are what? You sold the asset. So we bought the asset for 50 naira, and it is what? 55 naira. That means there is a what? There is a gain here. So that means for capital gain, this is the formula. So EV minus what? BV equals to what? Divided by what? BV times 100. So you know add what? Dividends to it. Are you getting it? Because what we are looking at is the capital gain. So look at it now. The value at the end is how much? 55 minus what? 50 divided by what? The value at the beginning, which is 50 times what? 100. What do you have? 10. Please note that 10%. Sorry to express percent. 10%. 10%. So let's continue. Now let's go to dividends what? Yield. Thank you. So are we getting it now? You can see the formula now, it's inside. So I'll wipe off the board now. So let's go to dividend.
Can you please explain what they mean by capital gain?
Ma, the capital gain, what's the value of the investment? That means Capital gain is saying something you bought now for 50 naira. If the value increases, that means what happened? You have gain now. Is it not a gain? It's a gain. That's what we are looking at. And that's why we are comparing the value. We are not including the dividends as part of the variables for calculation. If you remember, I know some of us, I know we have come across taxation. You know what they call capital gain. You know, in capital gain is the cost of acquisition minus sales proceeds. That's what you compare. So if the sales proceed is more than the cost of acquisition, what happen? You pay capital gain tax. Yeah, I'm just making an example so that you get what I'm saying. So that gain, the amount at which that investment has increased, are we together? Even though that money has not been paid, you did sell the item, is still part of your, okay, I bought this marker now. Okay, I bought a car. You know, when car was this Toyota Camry was very cheap, around 2011 or something like that. Maybe I bought it 700,000. Now, you do know how much they sell Toyota Camry now. That means now they are selling it. You see some for 5 million, 6 million. What has happened? Something that I bought 7 million, that means it has increased. That increase in it is what we call refers to as what? Capital gain. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
So let's go to the third one. We have not even got to say anything. We have not prepared anything. You guys are asking questions like this. What did they say we should calculate third? Yeah, thank you. So this is the formula. You know they didn't give us the formula, but the formula I will tell you now. You know I'm going to tell you something now. Because in the exam, they may not give you total return. They may give you capital gain yield and dividend yield. And for your portfolio calculation, you will need total return to calculate it. So sometimes it's simple thing. I can't just mix it. They will not be direct. But don't let me just explain this before going to what I just explain now, so that some people will not get it. So I will not waste my. Will not get it. I mean, so I should not waste my saliva. So dividend yield now. The formula is still in what? Total what? Return. So look at it now. Tell your neighbor, say look at it. So is dividend over what? Over what do you call BV. That means the value of the investment at the what? At the beginning. Times what? 100. Can you see? Times 100. I think the reason why you are not seeing the ball is I think it should be because of the marker. Because this one is more thicker than the one I'm using now. I think so. Well, yeah, let's go now. So, what is the dividend that you receive during the period? 2 naira. What is the value of the investment at the beginning? 50 times 100. What do we have? 4%. Now, I can give you question, and that question, they will not give you the value of the investment at the beginning or at the end or the dividends received. They will not give you, look at it, they will not give you capital gain or yield. Let's say they give you, in this question now, look at it now. If you add the capital gain yield and dividend yield together, what will it give you? That means 10 plus 4. 10 plus 4 is what? What is the total return? Can you see? Are you getting it? So ICAN may not disturb you. They may not even want you to calculate all these calculations in your question because they know you need total return to calculate to get some question. Maybe they want to ask you to calculate to the return on portfolio now, and they know that you need total return as one of the variables for the formula. They will not give you. They will not give you variables like the capital gain yield and what? Dividend yield. So some people now be shouting, hey, that question is not complete. ICAN is wicked. is because we do not think outside the what? Outside the box. We are still going to solve some questions from Omane Iwao. You will see a comprehensive question where the what's it called, the portfolio, the risk on portfolio that they ask you to calculate, they will not give you standard deviation, they will give you variance. By then, I will remind you, don't worry, I will remind you people, you will not remember by then, when I'm asking how are we going to get the standard deviation for this formula, you will forget. You get what I'm saying now? So let's look at it. So it means that if you are not giving total return, if you add your capital gain yield and what dividends yield, you get your what total return. Any question on that? Any question on that? So now we have done that, right? Now let's now go to covariance and correlation coefficient. Now, I was saying something about portfolio. That portfolio, but don't worry, in the exam, I can state it that they can't ask you what portfolio question that is more than 2 portfolio. It's 2 portfolio that they will ask you. We have 3 portfolio, 4 portfolio, 5 portfolio, but they cannot ask you question more than what 2 portfolio according to what they stated in their material. So if you sit in the exam that they give you 3 portfolio, it's not my fault. It's the fault of my can hold them responsible. But they stated it in their material that they can't ask you any question that is more than 2 investment portfolio. 2 investment portfolio. We are going to look at that. I will tell you where it is in the material and we will read it together so that you will not come and hold my clothes. So because I'm a very gentle person. Now let's go to what? Covariance and what's it called? Correlation coefficient. So let's look at the formula. Now, don't let me even go there. Don't let me go to the formula first. Let me explain it so that it will not be as if you are just cramming formula. Now, when we talk about covariance and correlation coefficient, we are getting there as well. Now, it's different from risk and return now. Are we together? What they do, the reason why you are calculating covariance and correlation coefficient is to look at the relationship between 2 variables. Look at it now. Between 2 variables, what is the relationship between investment A and investment B? Are you getting that? Is to check what relationship. Are we together? Are we moving like this?
Yes.
Or we are moving like this in opposite direction? What are we doing? That means what we measure that is what? Covariance and correlation coefficient. That means it is used to measure the relationship between 2 variables. How they move together. We may be friends and inside we may be enemies. I'm just don't let me. Are you getting what I'm saying? I teach and I play sometimes. Because I like fun. I don't like reading. You guys, I don't know, some people like reading like that. But me, when I'm teaching, I used to play a lot. But you will get it. Now, that means how are we moving? If something is moving like this, what are they doing? They are moving in the same direction. But if A is going like this, and as A is going like this, B is going like this. It's just like when you tie a rope to a tree. Sir? No, I'm not writing anything on the board. What I'm just writing is direction. And if you follow the direction you may miss the road. Don't look at the board. I'm not doing calculation now. Just listen to what I'm saying. I'm just calculating. Don't mind me. So, I'm not solving anything. I'm just saying correlation coefficient and covariance measure what? Relationship between what? Two variables. Now, because you may be asked in the exam to calculate what? Covariance and correlation coefficient. So let's now go to covariance. So what's the formula first? Formula for covariance. Am I communicating?
Yes.
The formula for covariance. So let's go to covariance first. Look at this. The formula is, we have one formula. So what determine, we have like three formula. What determine the formula you will use is the information that you are being what? Provided. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yes. So is the information that you are given in the question that you want to solve that will determine which formula is what? Is appropriate. Okay. So we have P X Y. Okay, let me write it bold. So we have P X Y bar what? X and bar what? 0 bar what? Y. Now this is 0 bar. It means what? It's for standard deviation. So I've said it again. I say it's like this. Like something is 0 that has what? That look like mango or that look like orange. You know, some orange has a very small stick on it. So that's when you see that formula. That's what? That's the symbol for what? For standard deviation. So that means if you are, what is this P? Look at this. This P X Y. What is it? It means it is what? Correlation what? Coefficient. So correlation coefficient of X and Y, it may be A and B. If anything you want to use for your variables, it may be A and B. Am I communicating? It may be Jumoke and Dotu. Anyone you want to use. And with you, let me pause the video because me, I don't have time to audit So this is the formula for covariance. It's not only one. I told us earlier that what determines how you calculate your covariance is the information provided. So if you can cram only this formula and they give you contrary what information, is your what? But that will never be application in Jesus' name. Of course it. Now let's go to another formula. Now, you know, if this one is that when you are giving all these variables, this is applicable. So, if you are giving series of data, you know, when we are calculating our rates, that is series of data. You get what I'm saying? That's data, giving data to analyze so that you can get your covariance. So calculation now from what? From, you can call it series or set of data, anyone. So it depends. Now, if that set of data you are giving does not have distribution what? It may have probability distribution. You know the question we saw the other time on risk. It has what? Probability what? Distribution. Someone is asking what is the full meaning of what does PXY stand for? I've said it. It seems maybe you are not following. I say is what? Correlation what? Coefficient of X and what? And Y. Is my voice? Okay. Let's continue. So if you are giving series of data, now if that series of data you are giving is without probability distribution, that means they didn't give you the probability distribution. This is the formula that is appropriate. So without series of data, without what? Without probability distribution. Like right distribution. Probability distribution. So this is the appropriate formula to use. So that means summation bracket x minus x bar close bracket open bracket y minus y bar divided by what? N. What is your N? That means the number of data. Are we together now? You know it does not have probability distribution. Okay, please hold on. Hold on. Let me pause this. I don't. Okay. Now, you know the meaning of x bar and y bar. Expected value of what? Of return of x, and y bar is the expected value of what? Of return of investment of what? Y. You can see now that they are using what? It's not only x. That means what is covariance and correlation coefficient? What are they looking at? Relationship between what? Between two variables, and that's why you are seeing x, y. If you like, you can put this your x and y, maybe Jumoke and Dosu. You get what I'm saying now? So now let's go to with probability distribution. With probability distribution. So what is the formula? The formula is summation P open bracket x minus x bar close bracket and open bracket y minus y bar. So that's the formula. Are we together? So what determines which formula you use within this theory now is what? Is the information that you are being given. Are we together? Are we together? Thank you very much for that. Be efficient. Are we together?
Yeah, good evening, sir. I
Good
wanted
evening.
to add that this one with probability is not, I will not be divided by N.
No. It's P. That you can see now that it's different. No, you are not dividing it. There's no need for you to divide it. Okay. Thank you very much. So let's now solve question now. Am I complicating now? Let's now solve question on covariance now. How is you?
The other one has N.
Eh?
That one doesn't have N.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. There is no N in it. It does not have N. With probability distribution, you will not divide by N. And I told you that the N is the number of what? Of the data. Are we together now? So please let's now go to what's it? Okay. Yeah, let's look at this. Yes. Thanks, you.
So please don't go from the bottom.
I should do what now?
No, I wanted to write that down fast.
Okay. There's no problem. I'm for you.
Sir, let's see the board, sir.
You want to do what?
Let's see the board. You have blocked our view.
Okay. Don't let me block
Yes,
it.
sir. Okay, sir.
Now, this is the formula, right? Thank you very much. This is the formula. So let's now solve it. So this is the formula that is appropriate to the question that we have been given. So that means let's now get this. So we know that the probability distribution is the same. So this solution so for both is the same. It will give you 0.3, 0.5, 0.2. So let's solve for what? X minus what? x bar. Am I communicating?
Yes.
So how do you solve for x minus x bar? It will be we'll have to get our expected value of return. That means average expected value of what? Of return of x. So that will be, and that is what? It is p minus what? So I'll put rx here. So that's the return of what? Of x now. This is the return of x. So what is the return of x? We have 25, 22, 12. So we want to get our expected. What do we want to get? We want to get our x bar. Am I communicating?
What is PR?
PR. So PR. Now to get our S bar, it will be 0.3 times 25 to give us what? 7.5. 0.5 times 22. 11. 0.2 times 12. 2 point what? 2.4. So to get our x bar, which is what? The expected value, we'll add it together, right? That means it will be summation of this now. So let's add 20. 20. Thank you, Mrs. Good. So now let's now look for our what? X minus what? X bar. Are we together? So let's look for our x plus x bar. X minus x bar. So now look at it now. What's our x? 25. Rs. That's why I said Rs. So our Rs, that's our x, which is 25 minus what? 20.9 to give us what? 4.1. Okay. Now 22 minus x bar is what? 1.1. Why 12 minus what? 20.6 is what? Minus 8 point what?
9.
You know, in accounting, when you put brackets, it means minus. So please. So we have done for that, right? Now if we have done for this now, so let's do for what? For who? For y. Thank you. So let me bend the camera now. So let's do for. So for y, we already have p. You have to. I'm supposed to. Okay, let me allow it to be neat. 0.3, 0.5. That's the probability. You know. 0.2. So what's the return of y? 28, 18, 15. So let's get the expected return. That means expected return is what? P times what? Times R. R of what? So 0.3 times 28. Well, let's be fast. 8.4. 0.5 times 18. 9. 0.2 times 15. 3. So what are we going to get now? So let's get our what? Expected what? Value, which is what? Y bar. So add it together. 20.4. So let's look for our y minus y bar. So what's our y? 28 minus 20.4. That will give us what? 7.6. And what do you call? 18 minus what? Minus 20.4 minus 2.4. So 18 minus 20.4. 15, sorry. 15 minus 20.4 will give us what? Minus 5 point what? 0.4. The reason why I'm putting bracket is that in accounting bracket means what? Minus. So if you don't put bracket, you put minus sign at the front. It's still the same. Now, can you see now? So we are gotten this, right? We are gotten this. So what are we going to do? Let's pick the variable that is applicable to it and what? And multiply it together. Am I communicating? So look at this. Okay. Let me know. So can you see it now? So let's continue now. Look at it now. Look at the formula we are. This is the formula that we are using. So we have extracted. We are gotten this variable, which is this. We are gotten this variable, which is this, and the probability distribution is already known. So what are we going to do? Just place it. Look at it now. We now have P. We have what? Bracket x minus x bar, and what? We have. So let me space. Let me manage it because you have P x minus x bar y minus y bar. So look at it now. So when you multiply together, what do you have? What we multiply together, it means, look at this now. Let me just list it. We have 0.3, 0.5, 0.2 because the variable is short. So what is our x minus x bar? Look at it here. Is it? We have what? 4.10, 1.10, and minus 8.90. So for y now, y minus y bar, we already have it to be what? 7.60 minus 2.40 and minus what? 5.40. Can you see now? So what are we doing now? We are multiplying together now. So if you multiply together, you have what? P bracket what? X minus x bar bracket open y minus y bar. So what are we going to do now? Is 0.3 times what? 4.1 times what? Times 7.6. What are you going to have? 9.348. So the second distribution now is 0.5 times 1.1 times minus 2.4 minus 1.3 what? 2. So is 0.2 times what? 8 minus 8.9 times minus 5.4. 9.612. Look at it. The reason why we are getting plus here is because minus times minus give us what? Plus. So look at it now. We have not yet arrived at our what? Our covariance. Look at the formula. It remains what? Summation. Summation means what? Addition. So let's add it together now. So our covariance now, which is summation. Okay, let me just write it. Covariance. Covariance will now be add everything together. What do you have? 17.64. That's our what? That's our covariance. So that this means that this is the covariance between what? X and Y. Now, look at it now. See, when it comes to statistics, people prefers to use what's it called? Prefers to use covariance to test the relationship between two variables than what? People prefers to use correlation coefficient to test the relationship between two variables than what? Covariance. Now, I will give you the reason. Now, in covariance value, the value of covariance, it varies between plus infinity. That means it can be millions to minus infinity. That means that is the range value of variance. That means, am I complicating now? Am I complicating? Now, you know in this variance, now what do you have? 17.64 is positive, right? And when you have a value that is positive in covariance, it means they are what? They are, as one is increasing, the other what will also increase. Look at it now. That means as the value of x increase, the value of y also what? Increase in the same direction. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Are you getting it? So it is very difficult to ascertain the relationship when you are using what we call covariance. But when you are using correlation coefficient, it's very easy to know the relationship between two variables. Am I communicating now?
So it's difficult to ascertain the
is difficult to ascertain because the value of relationship vary from what? Plus infinity. Infinity means trillions of and minus infinity. Look at this now. For correlation coefficient, the value range for correlation coefficient ranges from what? Plus 1 to what? To minus what? To minus 1. So if you get plus 1 in correlation coefficient, that means it is perfectly what? It is perfectly what? Positive. Positive. That means they are moving in the same direction. If value of one should drop, the other will drop. But if it is minus 1, it means that it is perfectly what? Negative. Meaning that if the value of one should go up, the value of the other one what? Will go down. Are you getting what I'm saying now? It's just like full stop and fuel. If the value of fuel should go up, what happens to the full stop? It will increase. Are you getting what I'm saying now?
Yeah, that plus infinity.
This one, covariance. Infinity means value. You will value by
like
trillions, endless value. You know this one ranges between plus 1 and minus 1. You cannot get, see, if you are asked to calculate correlation coefficient in the exam and you get plus or 2.9, that means just know that you have missed it totally. You have missed it. You are outside the scope. It's better for you to, what you have calculated, just change it and put within that, even though it's correctly wrong, just put anything that is ranging from what? From plus 1 to what? To minus 1. So you can get 0.01. It's still within this. You can get 0, you can get 0.9 minus 0.1. It's still within this range. Are you getting what I'm saying? So, in covariance and in correlation coefficient, when your answer is 0, that means there is no linear relationship between the two values or the two variables. So I will stop here for today. The board is okay.
Sorry. When your answer is negative, what is the outcome?
That means they are moving in the same direction. That means the two investments, they are only answering like this. See this marker and see where it's pointing to. They are moving in the same direction. Let me give you like this. It's going up. As value of one is going up, the other will also be what? Going up. Are you getting what I'm saying? But when it's positive, it means that if the value of one goes up, the other one what will come down. Are we together now? Are we together? And for it, if you are combining investment together, it's better for you to choose investment that is negatively what correlated. Because if you choose positively correlated investment, it means that if the value of the two, if the value of one goes up, that means the loss that you incur in one, you also incur it in the other. But if it is negatively correlated, as one value of one investment is going up, the other one is as the one is going down, the other one is what is going up. So the loss you incur in one can compensate the gain that you get in the other, can compensate for what? For the loss that you have in another one. People that do betting, they understand this thing. They are the ones that are supposed to be taking this course, because you will see them having what they will put money on one ticket. They will now put 50 naira or 30 naira on 5 tickets. So if one cuts, the gain they will get the other one. They can I've seen someone that want to invest. Is not investment. Let me use investment. Invest is 100,000 naira on a game. He now say it was Chelsea and Man U that was playing that day. He now say for Chelsea to win, because he know that Mourinho does not lose final match or this cup final. He now say Chelsea to win, he puts his money. It put how much? 60,000. For Man U to win, he now put 40,000 naira. You get what I'm saying now? Now if he knows that he can't. The only time that can make him to lose his money is that if they play draw. That's the only risk involved. Now, thank God, Chelsea now won. Chelsea won. You know, he has lost 40,000 naira on putting it on Man U. But the gain he got from Chelsea winning, he got more than the 100,000, and he compensates for the loss that he had. He even had little what? Change. Are you getting what I'm saying? The same thing is applicable to investment. You will see some people investing in two companies that if the revenue of one should go up, it will affect the revenue of the other one. So that if they incur loss, let's say something happened to the banking sector now, and all the investment you have been putting is on the banking sector. What happened? You will lose all your investments. Are you getting it? So we are going to be making that decision later on, because when we get to calculation of portfolio, you will be asked to make decision. So you have to compare whether the investment A, whether it increases, or investment B, when they add investment B to A, it reduces, so that you will now make decision or recommendation based on what you have calculated. So by next class, what are we going to start from? Correlation coefficient. So please also hold on. Let me pause this.